Bonjour, comment ça va? Okay, so this week it's going to be verb regular in le present, les phrases. So I am going to be doing some sentences from the verbs that I discussed in my previous video, or actually in my first video about French. So let's get started. So the first word is parler, and that means to talk. So let's say, par exemple, you wanted to say, I am talking to my sister. Then you would say, je parle à ma sœur. So remember when it's parler and it's in the je or I form, you are just going to take out the er and add an e. Okay? So let's say you wanted to say, are you talking about tennis? Then you would say, parlez-vous sur du tennis? So most of the time when you're asking a question with the verb actually comes before the pronoun. So as you can see, parler, it comes before the vous. And this is the formal version, of course. So let's say you wanted to say, we are talking about the sun. Okay, so then you would say, nous parlons du soleil. Okay, so you just added, take out the er and then you just add an ons, right? Just like we discussed in my first French video. And as you can see, you have some people talking and I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, now let's do marcher. So marcher means to walk. And if there's any correlation, you could use marcher and you could associate that with to march, the English word to march. It's not the same thing, but it sounds, it's like, it's practically sounds the same. You know what I mean? Like you're marching, you're kind of you're technically walking. So if anything, you could look at that English word for a connection. So let's say you wanted to say, we are walking to the park. So then you say, nous marchons au parc. So, same thing, it's in the new form. So then you take out the er and add ons. Okay. Let's say you wanted to say, you are walking to the grocery store. Okay, so then that would be, and this is the informal version. So you're going to be using the to form, okay? So then you say, tu marches au supermarché. Okay? Grocery store, supermarket. Supermarché kind of sounds like supermarket. So, you could use that. And there's just two ladies walking, having a grand old time. Okay, now let's move on to the IR verb. So we have finir. So this is, of course, going to be having a different ending formula, like I discussed in my previous video. So let's say you want to say, she is finishing her homework before dinner. Okay, so you would say, elle finit sa devoir avant le dîner. Okay, so so since it's in the L form, you are going to take out the IR and you're going to replace it with IT. Okay, let's say you wanted to say, I don't know, they are finishing their chores before going to bed. Okay, so then you would say, ils finissent leurs tâches avant d'aller au lit. Let me say that again. Ils finissent leurs tâches avant d'aller au lit. Okay? So this one is kind of special because it has two verbs inside the sentence. And the first verb is finis, right? Finir. We conjugated that one. And the second one is going, right? And in French, it translates to aller. Okay? Now, in French, most of the time, the first verb gets conjugated, right? And we did that, finissent, okay? But then the second one, aller, it doesn't, and it stays in the infinitive. This is true for most sentences. I can't say it's for every single sentence, but it definitely has that formula. Okay, let's move on. Choisir. Okay, so another IR verb. Let's say you wanted to say, they choose to stay with me. Okay, so then you would say, il choisit de rester chez moi. Okay, so again, same kind of idea, right? Choisir is the verb, and we conjugated that to choisis with the ISSENT ending. But we did not conjugate the stay, so to stay. To stay is de rester. We didn't conjugate it. It's just staying in the infinitive. And like I said before, that's usually how it works, okay? And then chez moi, chez is a very popular saying. I feel like I've heard of it. Like when I think of French, I think of chez moi. Like I've heard that all before. And it wasn't until like I started taking French classes that I realized that chez means like my, like my house, like, oh yeah, party at my place. You'd say chez moi or something like that. Okay. I choose to help my family. Okay. Je choisis d'aider ma famille. Okay. So, choisis. Okay, we conjugated the first one. Second verb is to help. And to help is aider. Okay? And we didn't conjugate the second one. We leave it in the infinitive. Okay? That's what it means. Attendre, yes. Okay, these are my favorite verbs, RE endings, because they're the most difficult. Okay, so we have attendre, which means to wait. You are waiting to go to the museum, formal version. Okay, vous attendez d'aller au musée. Okay, again, same idea. We didn't conjugate the second verb, but we did for the first one because it's the first one. Okay, and let's go on to the next one. He is waiting for the perfect girl. Okay, il attend pour le fille parfait. Now, in English, when you are describing a noun, okay, so you use an adjective, right? The adjective comes before the noun. But in French, it's the opposite. Okay, so the adjective comes after the noun. Okay, don't know why. That's just how it is. Okay, so let's say I never knew French, and I just read the sentence "Il attend pour les filles parfaites," and you gave me what the translations to every word from that sentence, and I read it like he is waiting for the girl perfect. It doesn't make sense, right? That's how it reads, but that's not how you say it. This is also true for Spanish and a lot of other languages who take from the Latin group, the Latin language. And she's in the picture. You see her. She's waiting. Okay, elle attend pour son homme. She's waiting for her man. Okay, vendre. Vendre means to sell. Okay, so let's say you wanted to say I sell apples. Okay, so you would say je vends des pommes. Okay, let's say you wanted to say or we sell cars, sorry. Nous vendons des voitures. Okay, so that's basically it. In a nutshell, we remember when it's RE ending, regular verb, right? You gotta watch out for that. They have to be regular. then you are going to replace the RE if it's in the I form, and you just add an S, okay? Let's say if it's in the new form, so then you're going to replace the RE and add O and S, okay? So that's basically it. Thank you guys so much, and please, if you found this helpful, comment down below, and please stay tuned for the next video. Thank you. Au revoir.